All right, welcome back, Art 3, and welcome to your first Art 3 project. And this project is called A New Perspective. And I will get into that in just a second. But first, we need to talk about composition. And you guys have talked about composition in Art 1, mostly when we did like our still life or our landscapes, but it's really all of the elements within an artwork combined and how your main subject is positioned within the artwork. Now, there are many different types of compositions. The main popular ones, or the main ones that most people know, are the rule of thirds, the golden spiral, and then you learn a lot about the triangle one in still life. So those are pretty much the big ones. Yeah, so also you see the triangle ones. I just said that in still lifes. I'm just repeating myself. Okay. However, knowing about compositions, we are exploring the composition of frame within a frame. Now, you see this a lot in photography where your subject is placed, but there is something going on around your subject. So in this case, we have our bride and groom, but it looks like they're looking through some type of architecture or stairwell or something. I'm just going to assume it's something over here. But our subjects are the main focus, but we are peering through something. Now, this is also a frame within a frame because our frame is here. Our main focus is here. However, there's stuff going on around. So, yeah, that is a frame within a frame. Same thing here. This is our main subject. And then here we're looking through a piece, I was going to say architecture, but that's not right. As sculpture, it looks like. And then with my classes last year, I was like, which one's our main subject? And obviously, it's the one in the middle. Our frame kind of blocks out our other subjects. So this is our main focus. And then again, our frame is this window here. Our main subject or focus is this landscape here. However, there's a lot going on around it. It's giving us a lot of context as to where we are. And where we are, where we are as the viewer. Now, my main goal for you for this project is to create a frame within a frame. However, I want you to create a new perspective with this. So, for instance, you have never been inside of your mouth and viewed from there. Never have you done that. This is another example. Same thing. You've never viewed from your mouth looking down at your bathroom sink. This is a gross bathroom sink, but I still like it. Very interesting in concept here. You've also probably, never been inside a box and viewed up from that. You've never been inside a bag or a purse and viewed from there. You've probably never been in the library drop-off where people drop off their books. You've probably never been in a bag of chips where someone's reaching in and grabbing a chip. You've probably never been a piece of fruit or food sitting in your fridge and viewing from that way. And then lastly, you've probably never been a piece of cereal being poured out into a bowl. Now, all of these things, or all of these pictures, have in common the fact that they are a new perspective, and then also they're creating a frame within a frame. So that is my goal for you. I want you to imagine as if you are a certain material or item, or I guess it could be animal if you wanted to, but you are something else and you are somewhere totally different, viewing out of a different space. So for instance, you could be a box of mac and cheese sitting at the grocery store, but you were in the shelf and you were viewing people shopping. You would create a frame maybe around other boxes of mac and cheese, and that would be your frame within a frame, and then your new perspective. Okay, so that's my goal for you. And I also want you guys to get weird with this. The weirder, the better. So this is what I'm grading over. You are creating a frame within a frame. I need to move this so you can read it. A frame within a frame, viewing from a different perspective. Now, some people or students in the past have really gotten caught up with the frame within a frame, but forgot about the whole concept with the project. So you need to be viewing something from a different angle that you have never been in before. Again, get weird with it. The more creative, the better. And then, of course, with this, I want you to use your own original photo. You guys know I love this from Art 2. I want you to get in the practice of it. You're definitely going to keep doing this in Art 3, and it is expected in AP Art when you submit that portfolio. So you cannot use any outside sources, especially if it's your main art piece. So it needs to be an original reference photo. Now, with this project, you are going to be working in acrylic paint. Now, within this entire semester, this is the only project that I will pick your medium for you. So after this project, you are choosing all your other materials from here on out. But with this one, I just want you to familiarize yourself with the art room and my art materials, mostly with the paints too. But yeah, I want you to work in acrylic paint. You guys are working on 11 by 14 canvases. These are the same as your self-portrait canvases from Art 2, so same size. Okay. Before we jump into this project, you are going to make some preliminary sketches. Expect this with all of your upcoming projects in Art 3. You are supposed to go into great detail with these. You're going to start these today, regardless if you have a reference photo or not. I don't expect you to have a reference photo today. But I want you to formulate 2 different ideas of what you could take a picture of and what your different perspective would be. Regardless if you have the picture or not, I want you to draw it and complete in color. And then I'm also looking for a thought out drawing with an interesting composition within your sketches, because this is the preliminary sketch for your new perspective project. So make sure you're incorporating that frame within a frame and that new perspective. And then I'm going to show you some examples or a student example of these in just a second as well. And then something else you guys have coming up. Since you're using your own reference photo, I like to grade this. It's an easy grade, and you're going to turn in your photo into Google Classroom by August 21st. Today should be August 19th, so I know that doesn't give you a lot of time. However, this is an honors art course, so I believe that you can get it done within 2 days. So, having that picture turned in by August 21st is required. After that, it will be a 10-point deduction per day that it is late. And then we will do a peer review. I won't have a video explaining what peer reviews are again, but this will be posted later on. I believe I have it down for September 2nd. So just know that you will talk to someone in the midst of your creating process. It won't be the end. It'll kind of be in the middle when you are working on your painting. So just know those things are coming up. So before I show you the preliminary sketches that I have here as an example, I just wanted to jump over to Google Classroom and just show you where you will be uploading your pictures. So let's see. I have all of y'all's assignments already up here. So let's see. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so we're in our new perspective project video. This is where you're going to upload your new perspective photo. So make sure you're submitting your new perspective photo here. I would try to get a high resolution image. This can be taken with an iPhone, but just make sure it's not super pixelated. And then I've instructed your teacher to print out your photo just in case you choose to grid it. I have a gridding video on this little YouTube channel that I've been making these videos on. So if you want to click on there, you're more than welcome to and get a refresher on how to grid. But you should know how to grid from Art 1 and 2. But yeah, if you need it, I have videos on it. And then when you submit your photo, again, submit it August 21st to earn your full 100 points. After that, a 10-point deduction will happen each day that you don't turn it in. So just be prepared for that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our main slide here, and then I'm going to show you our examples that we have here. And then the audio always gets crazy when I put this camera on, I've noticed, so sorry for that if it's still crazy right now. Normally it kind of settles down, but we'll see. Okay. So right here I have Gracie's preliminary sketches for her new perspective project. Something that I love that she did is she would explain how she created or planned to create her image. So in this one, she said, I would place my phone inside the trash can under my desk while it's empty, or maybe with a couple other pieces of trash, depending on what they are. I'd also make sure a 10-second timer is set so I'd have time to position everything. Then I'd crumple up a piece of paper to hold for the picture. I could also tie string to the paper to give the illusion that it's being dropped. And then here she has her sketch. I just want you to notice how her sketches are in color, and they look finished. Like this is her prepping her idea. She's not just roughing it out in pencil real quick and calling it a day. And then she's already making notes. She's saying, I want to fix my arm angle. Trash bag is transparent. Curtain has stars. And then, yeah. Then here's her second one. And she ended up going with something very similar to this for her painting. I actually don't have their paintings anymore. I've already given them back. So she's looking through a frame of her glasses here, and she's viewing her room. And she just says, I would set up my glasses up at an angle or hold them up so I could have a frame. Then I would stick my phone camera behind the glasses in the dish so I could take a picture through them. So for your preliminary sketches, I actually give you guys quite a few days to work on these. I don't know if I have the due date for these written down. I don't. But your teacher should let you know when they are due. So yeah. So you'll have a couple days to work on these. Really take your time. Try to find a new perspective. That's very important. So before I end, I'm just going to rehash what I'm looking for real quick. I'm going to turn my video off there. Okay. Oh. There we go. And then, yeah, so let me scroll through here again. So just a reminder, I'm looking for a frame within a frame. Viewing from a different perspective. Really try to get weird with this. Weirder, the better. And then, of course, an original reference photo. So these are what I'm grading the whole project over. And then again, you're going to be using acrylic paint. You are going to start today with your preliminary sketches, regardless if you have a photo or not. Just a reminder, 2 differing ideas of how you would achieve it. So just like Gracie did, she explained how she would achieve her photo. Thought out drawing with interesting composition, and then completing in color. Okay, you're going to start on those today. All right, so that is our new perspective project. You guys have tons of fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.